Biden. Joseph Biden. He has officially dropped out of the race for President 2024, this upcoming election, which I already called. But I am not here to say I told you so, because that doesn't get us anywhere. What frustrates me the most, before we even watch this little clip, what frustrates me the most is this. We have been saying this. 2/3 of left-leaning voters between the ages of 18 and 29 said that they would like to have a primary. They would like to have somebody else other than Biden. When the people were voicing their opinions since last year, even since the year before that, we've been saying time and time again, we want somebody else other than Biden. The voice of the people was not taken into consideration. They did not take the voice of the people into consideration. It wasn't until the donors started pulling the money, starting threatening, we're not giving you no more money. It wasn't until the money started talking. That's when you said, okay, I'm not going to rerun. I'm not going to go for a second term. That is beyond sad to me, in my opinion. Why does it take... It's like a party that's all about democracy and the voice of the people. If you're about that, the voice of the people, and listening to the vast majority without forgetting about the minority, why did it take donors threatening to pull money for you to actually take it seriously? Crickets. Let's watch this clip real quick, because y'all, this is...
I'm Rachel Scott at ABC headquarters here in New York. We are coming on the air at this hour with breaking news. President Biden has just announced that he is ending his re-election bid. Just moments ago, the president tweeted out, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term."
I will
speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. There are still so many questions yet to be decided, and so little time before those questions need to be figured out. So I want to go right away to our chief Washington correspondent, John Carl. John, we are just 100 days out from the November election. Pressure was building on the president to step aside. Now he is announcing that he has.
Rachel, it's an extraordinary moment in American history. This is the first time we have seen.
I feel so bad for Biden, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Bow out.
Only because, like, I don't like seeing
since Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1968, and it comes unlike Johnson's move, which happened in January of that year. It comes after he has already gone through a primary process, after he has already effectively won the Democratic nomination, which now raises the huge questions, as you allude to, of what happens next. In his letter announcing this extraordinary decision, he mentions his vice president, Kamala Harris. He says, "I want to thank my vice president, Kamala Harris, for her being an extraordinary partner." But
she will never live that down. We did it, Joe.
About what he will do in terms of an endorsement. Will he endorse? Will he not endorse? Will there be an open process? What happens next? He says he will talk to the nation in the coming days more about his decision. But now the Democrats have to figure out what happens. Who replaces Joe Biden as the Democratic candidate for president?
I think that it is very important. Okay, because as y'all know, people are saying Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris. Obviously, on paper, it makes sense to move the VP up. But this situation is kind of different, mainly because we never had a primary. We technically never had a primary, so it was just like it was always Biden. Kamala Harris, she has not been vetted. Even though Hillary Clinton, the Clintons, Biden, Nancy Pelosi came out and endorsed her. Hakeem Jeffries, Obama, Chuck Schumer, they haven't endorsed her yet. And it's crazy because inside sources are saying that there are people inside who don't want Kamala Harris to be the representation for the Democratic Party because they don't think that she can beat Trump. Me personally, and I made TikTok videos about this too. I made a video of 3 things that I think Kamala Harris can do or needs to do if she's trying to win. Do I think she can beat Trump? I think she has. Someone even asked me this in the comments. I told them I would give her at least less than 10% of the chance of her beating Trump. Only because the chances and the obstacles that's set up in front of her right now is like, it's slim to none. It's really slim, really, really slim. But it's not impossible. When it comes to her qualifications, I do think a lot of people may disagree. On paper, I do think she is qualified. However, how she presents herself and what she has actually like set forth in front of us, it's kind of hard to kind of match that. Because when you think of, okay, district attorney, prosecutor, a vice president, on paper, you're like, okay, this person may be qualified for the next step. But it's like, when we see her, we don't get that vibe. And I talk about this because it's like, she really needs to, like, Kamala, like, you really need to hone in, because she comes off sometimes as if she doesn't know what she's talking about, the excessive laughing, as if she's kind of like ditzy, like, you know what, I love, what did she say? She loves circles? No, she said she loves pyramids. Diagrams?
I love Venn diagrams. I really do. I love Venn diagrams. It's just something about those three circles and the analysis about where there is the intersection, right? Yeah, I see people, you agree with me, right?
Like, stuff like that, I'm just like, bro. Does she have my vote? As of right now, no. Obviously not. I don't even know her agenda. So all these people that's like, yay, Harris 2024, is just like, sweetheart, you don't even know her agenda. You don't even know her agenda. I will say when she was under Biden's administration, the key thing they did that I really loved and enjoyed, not even enjoyed, but just loved overall, is the work they did around maternal health. But other than that, I don't even know her stance when it comes to our foreign relationships, like international relationships. This is actually crazy, y'all. This is actually crazy. It sucks because we had to wait this far instead of having a real primary. But there's no point of saying would've, could've, should've, because that doesn't get us anything. It doesn't get us further, like where we are now. I do hear a lot of options like Shapiro. I think Shapiro would be a solid option for vice president. Gretchen Whitmer. People are saying Gavin Newsom. No, there's not a soul on God's green earth that can even convince me to vote for Gavin Newsom. Mark Kelly is very, very likable. So I wouldn't be surprised if his name gets dropped in there. Dean Phillips may put his name back in there because he was one of the people who went against Biden to begin with. I don't know the logistics of it, but Robert F. Kennedy can possibly switch back to... Actually, no, I don't think he can. I would have to actually do more research in that. I don't know if he'll be able to switch back to the Democratic Party to run under a Democrat. But if he did that, that could probably help him. People are saying Wes Moore, Maryland Governor Wes Moore. I wouldn't go for Wes Moore right now. No. I think a big thing right now is also name recognition, because a lot of people, they're trying to find name recognition, but also the qualifications that line up with that. But I don't know. They acting like they have time on their hands. They got to figure it out. Me personally, I wouldn't mind a Mark Kelly. I think Mark Kelly is not bad. I just don't want someone that's extremely, extremely progressive on some things. That's like a Gavin Newsom. That's way too out there. I don't want, no. I want someone that's more so like, I would prefer a more moderate / independent, but at this point, we'll see. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. What do you think? There's a lot of conspiracy theories that are going around that I haven't touched base on, but I'm going to make a follow-up video on that. But let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media. I love you all. This is Udo. I connect with people with policy. Toodles. That was extra. I shouldn't have done that. Toodles. Just, yeah.